All right, we're recording.
All right.
We're
Do
live.
you have a sponsor for today?
The sponsor for today is we'll make him Jeff Bezos their sponsor today.
Nice.
Why? I don't know.
My sponsor is McCormick Grill Mates Brown Sugar Bourbon Seasoning.
That's pretty good.
You can put on baked chicken, put on pulled pork, put on an omelet, pretty much anything. I'm getting it. We're getting a smoker tomorrow. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
I feel like there would be a liberal argument. I'm sure there's a liberal way of arguing it so that you can somehow construe barbecue as being a toxic masculine thing. I'm stuck on how you do it though.
Well, guys usually do the grilling, right? Like women cook inside, but the husband is always the grilling.
Yeah.
Always does the grilling. So it's saying like women are too stupid and dainty to like play with fire directly. They can only like bake and use stoves.
There we go. That's a good one. One of the people that I know that works as a motorcycle instructor, he actually was the one that taught Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone when Arnold was preparing to ride motorcycles for Terminator.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is he in touch with them?
I don't think so. But he said when he was teaching them, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I wrote this one thing down. I thought it was pretty interesting. Maybe we can use it to get started. Basically, it's what if we just made everything like? I think we've talked about this before too. The consequences for everything like super.
Wait, hold up. What's that noise?
What noise? I'm like crinkling something.
I think that's it.
Okay. So what if we just made everything super dangerous? This comes from like a motorcycling thing. Basically, to make cars even safer, you can make them even more dangerous. Like instead of an airbag, if you crash, just have like a metal spike that comes and stabs in the face. Or like an explosive charge in your seat that'll like blow up if you crash it or if the bumper hits something. And then like I guarantee you everyone will drive so carefully.
It's just a psychological thing.
I think it would have a good effect too because it would get rid of all the dangerous drivers on the road.
I have thought about the idea of just having no speed limits, not even like drunk driving laws and stuff, but just make the penalty for actually like actually hitting someone like super high. Like a drunk driver who kills someone, like they get put to death. But if you drunk drive and you're fine, then nothing happens.
Yeah, so it'd be the same premise. Like, just have a spike in there instead of an airbag. If you're drunk driving, you don't hit anything, you'll be fine. This way, also, they don't go to prison. Like, there's no taxes to pay for it.
I feel like mechanically, that's like pretty hard to implement. Like, what if you go over a bump and you just die?
It would not be going over bumps then.
Wait, what about like all these shitty ass local governments? They never fix the potholes. That's not even your fault.
They're probably not driving in. Like, those politicians probably aren't driving anywhere until they fix it then.
That's fair.
It comes basically from the idea that, like, if you make the consequence for everything death, you're, like, guaranteed to get things done. Basically stems from that prison testosterone idea where it's like, even though in prison you're fed shit, your workout regime is probably pretty much just work out until failure constantly. Like, those guys get massive.
I see the logic.
Yeah, otherwise the penalty's just getting raped.
I feel like we could achieve that more indirectly by just like deregulating everything.
What would be the benefit to deregulating over just having the person die immediately?
Deregulating would just make everything more dangerous inherently, but then you would make the penalty for actually, for actually causing harm like super harsh, so everyone has to be careful anyway.
Wait, so the only thing about that is the enforcement aspect of it would have a cost, and that would increase then, because you'd have to have more officers on the road observing more people to make sure no one's fucking stuff up. Or I guess you only catch them if they fuck stuff up, right?
Yeah, it still would be a way less of a system than we have now.
Mm. So what would be an example punishment for drunk driving and hitting something?
I mean, like if you kill someone, then obviously you just get put to death. If you
That's so. What
what?
if you just had a metal spike kill them? You don't even have to do anything. Like the government doesn't have to get involved at all.
Well, I think it's easier to execute like a couple hundred people a year than to build this metal spike system in every car.
But it's just like an airbag system. Instead, you replace it with something else, which happens to be a spike.
Wait, but then why not just remove the airbags but not add the spike? And then we're also making cars cheaper for everyone and
Yeah,
stimulating the
we can just simplify. It doesn't even have to be a spike. You just have it be like a 12 gauge shotgun shell, like a couple of them.
That'd be pretty easy to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
honestly,
pretty
that'd be
easy.
pretty easy to implement.
It'd be
It's
really
just like a
cheap.
pipe and a nail.
Yeah, it'd be really cheap too. You could have it mechanically linked to the bumper, so if the bumper crushes in, then it'll set off the shell.
I feel like that still opens it up for like you can really easily murder someone then. What if someone's parked in their car like chilling on their cell phone, and then you just walk up with a sledgehammer and break their bumper? Or someone parallel parks into you and then you just die.
Maybe you have maybe you have the maybe you just have it be that the car like blows up. How about that? There we go. So if someone comes up with a sledgehammer and hits your car, they're gonna die too.
So everyone dies.
Yeah, there we go.
Huh.
This is that mutually assured destruction on a civilian level.
Hmm. I feel like there's something wrong with it, but I actually can't find something.
Well, the only thing I can think of is if you're like far away and you shoot someone's bumper with a gun, then they will just set off like a big car bomb. And if you're in like a very urban area and you just shoot a car in a parking garage, then the whole parking garage will come down because they continuously set off all the cars around it.
That's true, but at the same time, that's like,
You shouldn't live in an urban area that crowded, probably, right?
and by that logic, like you shouldn't believe in guns. You should be against guns allowed in the first place because you can also just kill someone at a distance with a gun by itself.
Yeah,
You don't need
that's
an
true.
exploding car.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, that's definitely gonna be expensive though. Implementing a bomb in every car.
Aren't explosives like pretty cheap?
I don't know, honestly.
Dude, if some
Wait,
Taliban
if you want to get a
terrorist,
blast radius like big enough to kill someone like outside the car, and like a sledgehammers are long, they might be like 5 feet away.
I think all you
So
need is a grenade. Like a grenade would at least make them deaf. Like
wait,
I'm
a grenade inside the car, I think would be pretty unlikely to kill someone outside the car.
I think I'd be fine if the consequence was deafness. Like I don't think anyone would be willing to risk their like a full on one of their senses.
Wait, but then you're getting deaf for killing someone. That's not a fair trade.
So how about you just have two of them then? One grenade that's like on the roof of the car and one grenade that's inside the roof of the car.
But even the roof might not be close enough. Like you'd have to get some lucky shrapnel.
I don't think so because the shockwave doesn't that cause a bunch of internal bleeding and then we can just not have a 911 ambulance system.
I'm pretty sure grenades have a pretty small blast. You'd have to have a grenade on like every side of the car, like 2 in the front, 2 in the back,
Then we could.
1 on each side, 1 on top.
I bet if you do 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and then none on the inside, that'd still probably be fine. I think the thing is, you just want to get the risk up high enough that people aren't willing to take the risk.
Well, I feel like life in prison or like execution or something as the punishment for crimes is good enough.
But the only thing with that is like you have to have taxes to enforce it, and you also have to get caught doing it. This way, it doesn't even matter. Like,
Wait, but your idea, you still are assuming, or I think it's still kind of assumed that the government is making manufacturers build these systems in. Manufacturers wouldn't just go do this on their own.
Yeah, but manufacturers are already forced to build airbags and safety and exceed safety standards. So we could just change those safety standards.
Yeah. But you're still, I don't know, my goal is just making things efficient for people, and like I'd rather just deregulate everything because then that'll make cars super cheap. Cars will probably get more expensive. I mean, I see the argument against, I don't know, unless, are you also planning for like total like minimal government to accompany this?
No, this is just like an argument in its own vacuum. Like, what if we did this? Right. Give me a second. There you go. I also don't think duels should be illegal.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I think they should bring that back.
Aren't duels isn't fighting legal in Seattle
Something like that. I'm not sure.
or in Washington?
Something like that. Nobody does it anyways, though.
I think duels are legal somewhere also, like just like one state.
But you'll probably get caught by like a discharging a firearm illegally charge or something in that place or whatever.
You can do it with a sword or something though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Or just use bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow
Yeah.
for dueling.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be a pretty good fight actually. Because you probably wouldn't even die from one arrow unless you get a lucky shot. So they have to shoot each other, and then they like run up to each other with arrows sticking out of them, and have to finish the fight hand to hand. That'd be pretty awesome. Duels are legal in the hills between Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Oh damn.
I feel like pretty much everything is illegal out there though. I mean, it's legal.
Probably. It's probably lawless. Do you think the obesity rate will go up or down or stay the same with the COVID thing?
I either go up or stay the same. I don't think it would go down. Like probably a lot of people, their only activity is like walking around the office. I read online a while ago that I think that adds up to like a mile or two a day. Like now people are literally walking like probably like 50 steps in a day.
But what about all the people that lost their jobs and stuff? Like, they're probably not doing anything. They're probably just hanging out outside and like not spending money. How are they gonna buy food?
Wait, it's not hard to it's not expensive to get fat though.
That's true. No, I've been thinking, like, what do you think will happen when the overweight rate reaches 100%? Or not even 100, just like 90%. Right now it's already like 70%. 70 72% are overweight, according to the CDC.
I mean, I don't think it'll be any different than it is now. We'll stress the healthcare system a bit more.
Dude, I kind of think that obesity is the reason why we have Insta thoughts.
Why we have what?
The Instagram models, the
Oh,
Instagram
yeah,
influencers.
yeah. Why's that?
Basically, like, because there are so few people that are remotely normal sized in America, the ones that are just become gods. I'm pretty sure that'll probably just get even more emphasized as the obesity rate increases. Oh,
A
damn.
lot of what?
Colorado is ranked the skinniest state.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Aren't a lot of the Insta thoughts kind of fat anyway? They just like super edit the pictures.
That's true. I don't have an Instagram either, so I don't really, can't really see a lot of it. When I go on Instagram, everything's blocked.
Wait, what do you mean blocked?
Like on the web portal, like if you go to Instagram, you can't really, if you're not logged in, you can't really see many pictures.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But what about the guys though? Basically, that means if 90% of guys are fat,
I
even
don't think it's
smaller
gonna help
portion,
much
an
with
even
like,
smaller portion are gonna have 6-packs.
yeah. The thing is, I don't think it'll help much. Like, look at how like bloated these girls' egos are now. Like, there's still all these fat girls who like expect like a buff, tall, like educated dude. Oh yeah, there's definitely a ton of attractive dudes like fucking ugly girls.
Yeah, they need to fucking stop doing that. Where is this coming from? Like, where are all the fat people coming from? Do you?
What does that even mean?
So I guess the question is, do you think that the fat people are skinny people becoming fat, or do you think they're born and then they're basically just constantly fat? Basically, do you think throughout history, like early on, these people that are fat now, they used to be skinny and then they became fat? Or do you think they're new fat people being generated by
Oh yeah,
older
I
people?
think it's new fat people. I mean,
New fat people.
no, wait. It's sorry, no, it's like young people like our age who are pretty much fat most of their lives, or at least maybe they started after puberty or something, but they got fat somewhere between ages like 5 and like 20.
Oh, that makes it even harder to solve, I think. Because then they basically have no recollection of not being fat.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so sad. Dude, I think there is literally no going backwards. Once you get to the point where one generation is fully just fat their entire life or existence.
My dad was fat as long as I knew though, and like I still knew it's not good to be fat.
But was he fat as long as he knew?
Nah.
Yeah, so he at least remembers.
Wait, that's because
Something.
he lived in fucking India. I don't think it's anything to do with knowing you shouldn't be fat. It's just that like
Maybe that's why he's fat
yeah.
now, because he's used to always being in a starving state, and he knows that one day winter will come again, and then he'll have to starve. So he's like hoarding it.
I mean, kind of. Like in other countries where you have to walk 20 miles to go anywhere, like
Well, I think
you don't have to think about it.
in that situation, I can understand a little more if you're fat, because at least biologically, you'll have some kind of inclination towards like preparing for some kind of winter, But the people that have just been fat their entire lives, I don't understand that as much.
Do you think people who've been fat their entire lives have better self-esteem than people who got fat later in life?
Oh shit.
Anecdotally, I feel like they don't have better self-esteem.
Do people who have been fat their entire lives know they're fat?
I think they know they're fat. There's still enough not fat people who exist on the street and especially on the internet and shit to know what a good body looks like.
I think people who might have been fat their entire lives might have better self-esteem.
Better.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because I think that might be because they have been fat their entire lives, they're more likely to just blame it on genetics and say it's beyond their control. And then they just let go of that and they say it is what it is, and then they're just fat. So they don't care as much. Whereas the people that got fat, they know they got fat because they fucked up.
That's true, but I don't know. I guess you could also just blame it on. They could also just blame it on aging and their career and shit like that if they got fat later.
That's true, but I think everyone knows that's just a bunch of excuses. Although I guess every fat person is getting fat.
Yeah, it's all
anyway.
just excuses.
Yeah. Maybe it's about the same. I think I think that makes sense. It's about the same.
Yeah, I think so. Damn, average female weight is 168.4 pounds.
That's more than me.
Yeah. And that's with a height of 5'4".
God damn.
Sweden has an average weight of 147, but like they're probably tall, so that's not even too bad. If the average girl is like 5'7" or something.
Yeah. I think we should make motorcycles like a mandatory transportation system. I think it would drastically cut down on the number of fat people.
It probably help with pollution and shit too.
Yeah. Although there are those like super duper fat black people that ride sports bikes that I've seen around.
I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen a fat black person on a motorcycle, actually. I've only seen fat, like, old white dudes.
There's a meme. If you're someone that rides motorcycles, you probably know it. So basically, a fat black dude always has a Hayabusa.
I've never heard that stereotype.
Let me find a picture. Here we go. Yeah. Man, if only we were Joe Rogan, we could just have Jamie bring it up. He's moving to Texas. Dude,
I saw that.
I'm pretty convinced that he's conservative. He's just afraid to admit it because he might lose viewers. There's a bunch of them, man.
I've never heard of that stereotype. I've heard that Indians like Kawasaki Ninjas, though.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, they always ride the stretched back Hayabusas. It's because those are probably like the only bike that have enough horsepower to drag them along on the road.
Wait, how much? Wait, I still don't understand the difference, or like the importance of CCs versus horsepower.
Basically, more CCs it's a they're both different measures of things. CCs are basically how much air your engine is pushing. So it's basically a measure of how big is your engine. Horsepower is let's see, I think it's basically like how much acceleration it can provide or something like that. And then torque is basically just how much force you get. Yeah, there we go. Hayabusa.
So I guess CC would be more relevant to like max speed.
No, I think
Because that's like displacement of
horsepower.
the cylinders.
Horsepower would be more. Horsepower would be more.
The horsepower would be acceleration, and CCs would be speed.
No, not always, because a lot of the super big cruiser bikes, they're high CC, but they're low horsepower, but they're high torque. Basically, it depends on like how the bike's geared and all that. It's yeah, I don't really fully understand, but yeah.
Damn, why is that so long?
Because you got it stretched. That's what black people do to their Hayabusas.
What's the point of that?
So if you're an actual racer, the point of that is that because you have a longer wheelbase, if you're doing a drag strip race for like a quarter mile or something, then if you just jam it on the throttle, you won't wheelie, decreasing your acceleration.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But on the road, they have like that guy's probably heavy enough that he's not. He's there's no way to turn him. Dude, I always wondered like if one of those people got in a crash, do you think they're more likely to survive or less likely?
I think more likely because the fat will kind of cushion their organs.
But also, any injury they incur, they won't recover as well because their body's just constantly fighting itself, trying to not be fat.
Yeah, I think they're less likely to die, but more likely to get seriously injured.
Damn, you think they bounce?
I don't think so. They would just roll.
Damn.
I don't think my brother bounced. He's not like that fat though.
Mm. You think your brother's an NPC?
I don't know. I'm just a little worried. He plays video games too much.
What does he play?
Lately he started it's called Kingdom Come Deliverance or something.
I've never heard of it, but I also know they play video games.
It's a PC game. I don't know. It's like medieval and sword fighting and shit.
Mm.
It looks good. I don't know. I still see video games and they look appealing, but like I can't actually work up the enough interest to sit down and play one.
Yeah, I don't play any. I also end up not watching any TV.
I still watch TV. Mostly YouTube though.
I haven't watched as much. Oh no, I do watch a lot of YouTube.
I can't believe I didn't watch the Hodge twins before. Like, why do they have so many videos about incest?
I don't know. I used to watch them a lot. They're pretty funny. They actually used to have some good workout stuff, but then they started talking like only about sex. Yeah, I haven't watched any Elliot Hulse. I've actually there's one guy named The Kleb that I started watching. He's pretty good.
What?
The Kleb.
Club?
KLEB.
Oh.
But he does like motorcycle vlogs. He's pretty funny.
Delete Tinder, buy a motorcycle.
That's a good one. But he used to be a Marine, and now he's divorced and living in California. And he
Damn.
just rides motorcycles and likes Taco Bell and talks to girls. He actually doesn't have that many videos.
Yeah, it looks like his most recent one is from like February.
Yeah.
I was watching this guy, Fooligan, the other day.
Hmm.
He was like riding around with his friends on dual sports, like popping wheelies and stuff and fucking with people. Have you had people get angry at you, like people driving cars? I keep hearing online that some people just like hate motorcyclists and will try to run them off the road and stuff for no reason.
Hmm. I don't think I've seen too many. Might be because I ride a cruiser. Not sure though. You probably get different attitudes with different types of bikes. I've heard that cruisers are less likely to be pulled over than sports bikes.
Yeah, probably. What about dual sports? 'Cause
I think
they can't actually go that fast, but they look sporty.
I don't think dual sports are. I don't think enough people ride them around regularly. I think most commuters generally are on sports bikes or cruisers,
Yeah.
mainly because dual sports are pretty uncomfortable.
I
Yeah,
think back when my brother was riding, I think he said someone was trying to run him off once and he had to like kick their side mirror off.
damn. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I've ever encountered that.
We also lived in a weird area though. A lot of crazy people.
Hmm. I met another Trump supporter. Oh, on the road while I was riding over some bridge, I saw a bunch of Trump supporters having a rally. They had like huge Trump banners and signs and stuff, like
Nice.
American flags. No one was wearing a mask. It was pretty good. They all waved and I waved back. It was great.
Wait, they waved at you?
Yeah,
Damn, could they tell
yeah. I tell what.
that you're not like a faggot?
I think if you're the type to ride a motorcycle, you're probably less likely to be a faggot.
Wait, there's plenty. I'm sure there's tons of faggots on motorcycles, like young wiggers and like just faggots like riding it only to get girls.
What do you mean wigger?
Wiggers, like white people, like just trying to act like white people who like to act black.
How is
And just,
motorcycling a black thing?
it's not a black thing, but it's like a tough guy thing. So I could see a lot of like wiggers riding motorcycles.
Uh,
But if they're trying to be black, then that means they probably don't like Trump.
I think most people that ride, I think those people are uncommon enough that you don't really they're negligible.
Maybe. I don't really know anyone who rides except you. I don't count my old housemate.
Yeah, the thing is, if you don't actually like riding, I don't think you like you might buy a bike and you might ride it like once a week or something, but you're not actually gonna ride it with any frequency.
Yeah. Dude, my state made masks mandatory like last week or something.
Damn,
Even outside.
they haven't been enforcing it though, at least here.
Nah, they haven't been. And I can still go to Walmart without it, which is nice.
Honestly, masks. I'm pretty sure they don't do anything.
I feel like they help, but I also just don't care.
I don't even think they help. Like, if you want to take them on or put them on and take them off, like, you probably have to follow the whole procedure we learned in that when we took that nanomachining class.
Oh, like the proper way to take gloves off and stuff so you don't like contaminate things.
Yeah, no one's following that shit.
Wait, I think
They
it still probably helps though, because when you talk and like breathe with your mouth open, like small droplets go into the air, right?
nah
And I guess those would get blocked.
nah. But think about it, like other people's droplets, they'll get off and then come onto the outside part of your mask, and then you'll take the mask off, and white people just take their mask off while touching the front side of their mask and throw it in. They don't even throw it in the trash. A lot of them reuse it and they let it sit for a while.
Okay, that's true, but you're still not. I don't know. I guess it depends how it's spread. Like if you need to breathe it in, I feel like probably breathing it in is more contagious than like ingesting it.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I
Then
don't think
what?
it even. I don't think it even matters though.
Well,
Like,
I think the other thing is like if you really want to take care of that, why aren't people wearing goggles everywhere?
well, that's my point. It might be a different. Like, it might be harder to get infected from just like from getting into your skin or getting into your eyeball than breathing it in.
Maybe. Everyone can just wear all the gear all the time for a motorcycle helmet everywhere.
I mean, my thing is if they're that worried, they should just stay home.
I agree with that. I think it's pretty funny that they're writing all these comments about how, what is it, underrepresented communities, or not under, minority communities are more affected by coronavirus. Yeah,
It's probably just because of obesity and poverty.
that's true. Do you think
Especially
that?
obesity, like all the Mexicans are fat in LA.
Yeah.
At least all the Mexican women who are under like 30 are fat.
Do you think there's a non-faggot way to buy, or reason to buy a sports car?
I think if you're like really rich, like ridiculously rich, like 100 million plus, then it's not faggy because you just have so much money. It's like, just why not buy whatever the fuck you want on a whim just to see what it's like?
I think another one is if you're an engineer that has like worked on the car, like has had like some sort of influence in the design of that car specifically, or something like that.
Oh wait, yeah, actually,
Or if you're an actual enthusiast that likes tuning their car and
yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't think
Then
you even have to be an engineer who designed it. Just if you're an
yeah.
actual, if you actually like, are just into cars, like you enjoy like the mechanical aspect of it and stuff.
I wonder how many people on the road are actually like that.
Probably not most of them. And I think the ones that are into it are probably more likely to be driving like a vintage car anyway than like a modern sports car.
Maybe. I can see it go both ways.
I don't know, if you genuinely appreciate the machinery and stuff, then you would want like to drive a car where you interact more closely with the machinery instead of having everything computerized.
I think in a lot of the modern cars, there's ways to turn things off, like traction control and manual shifting and all that.
I mean, yeah, that's probably true. I've never been in a fancy car.
And I've never been in a lot of fancy. I actually, I sat in a Porsche. We both sat in a Porsche.
Yeah.
I've never been in a Ferrari or a Lambo. Yeah.
Oh wait, my ex's family had they had like some kind of old Jaguar that was uh it was manual.
Hmm.
I think my cousin had some kind of sports car, and I heard he like crashed and flipped it somehow.
Your brother has a car, right?
Yeah, he just
What's
has normal, like a Subaru sedan or hatchback. Everyone has a Subaru out here because it has it's like the cheapest car you can get with all-wheel drive, which you
I
kind of
don't
need for the snow.
know that. Yeah, I was telling my sister she should do the Starbucks thing.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
get
pretty
an
good deal
online
for
degree.
$20. I mean, 20 hours a week, and you get free college.
Yeah, you can probably become a manager in that time.
Yeah,
But it's only at ASU, right?
yeah.
I don't even think it matters. She's not gonna do anything.
I don't think ASU is even bad. Like, they have average like engineering programs.
Is there any difference between the online and the real degree?
I have no idea about that. Probably not, especially nowadays.
Dude, I think it's gonna be so sad. A lot of people's lives are gonna be so sad like 30 years from now, 40 years from now. Like think about all the stories like your grandparents had. Now it's gonna be, what did you do in your 20s? It's gonna be like, I was on my phone swiping on Tinder, not getting any matches, like being fat and sad, watching Netflix all day, eating my avocado toast I paid $10 for.
Dude, they won't even have grandkids to tell those stories to.
How come?
I mean, a lot of young people aren't interested in having kids nowadays.
No, they claim that, but as they get older, they all have kids.
I don't know. I mean, Japan is seeing a decline. I don't see why we wouldn't also.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible for a woman to be happy without kids? No, I'm serious.
I mean, honestly, I don't think so. Not like true existential happiness, like true satisfaction with your life.
I
You can
don't
probably
think
be
it's
happy
possible.
like in your 20s or as a teenager without kids as a woman.
I don't even think that's possible. I think
I think that's possible,
I
but
think it's
only
gonna end
because
up feeling empty, and you're just gonna feel like you're gonna feel like a cum dumpster. Like deep
wait,
down, they know it.
you cannot have kids without being a cum dumpster though. I mean, you could just
What would
like
you do?
what if you're in a committed relationship and you just
Just
like
don't have kids?
yeah.
I think you're still not gonna be happy.
I mean, I think I agree, but well, I think you can still be temporarily happy. You'll still be happy like in your 20s. You'll only start being happy once the opportunity starts to go away.
What's your
Like the whole
brother?
biological clock
What's your
thing.
brother's wife's outlook on this?
Uh, fuck. I don't know if they can hear me, but
Uh,
I think she doesn't want kids
uh,
because just because it's like a money and time sink.
damn.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like you shouldn't get married if you don't want kids. It's like all this risk and effort for no real payoff.
Wait, why would you even want to get married even with kids?
Okay, that's a good point, but I still probably wouldn't. But I can see more of a reason because like I guess it presents a bigger barrier to separating. And if you have kids, ideally you should stay together because it's best psychologically for the kids.
I think it's best psychologically for the kid if the kid's female. But if the kids are male, having that separation already might be better for them. Because it sets the standard that as a dad, you shouldn't be tied down. But I'm not sure because there's a bunch of divorced parents, kids that end up fucked up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it fucks up guys too. Like, it makes women slutty. It makes guys like violent.
Do you think that's true? Even if they just happen to not be married, and then the kids are living with the parents, like in effect they're married, but legally they're not.
Oh yeah, I don't think that would matter. I think that's
It,
fine.
okay, yeah. So that should be the ideal case, then I think.
The only benefit I was saying is that you're probably a little less likely to get separated just because it's more difficult if
That's
you're legally
true.
married.
That's
But I feel
true.
like it's such a tiny benefit. And also like I'm sure it's also not good if you stay together and you aren't happy. I'm sure that has like damaging psychological effects too.
Yeah,
So there's no point in trapping yourself in it.
yeah. I can see
I,
that.
I think I'd be better off if my parents got divorced.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, it was bad. Like whenever my dad was home, he'd just be like he'd throw temper tantrums all the time and he'd be like he'd literally walk out of the house and be like, "Oh, I'm going to leave forever or I'm going to go kill myself or something." And then like it was all fake. It was just literally attention whoring just so that like my mom and us kids would like come up to him and be like, "No, don't leave, don't kill yourself."
But I don't understand. I don't understand the action behind that. Isn't he pretty happy? Like living a pretty happy life. He's basically retired, doesn't have to work at all, and he's got a bunch of money saved up.
They should be happy. They basically retired early. They basically retired at like 55 or something. But
Does not make sense to me at all.
dude, I don't know. But also he's pretty fat though and has a lot of health problems from being fat. So he's probably in like constant pain, like just like joint pain, back pain.
Yeah. Wait, dude. Another thing I'm worried about is the opposite side of the whole today's millennials after they're old will just be like, yeah, I was stuck at home, fat on Tinder, like not getting any matches, not doing anything. What am I gonna be doing in my 60s? Like I feel like I'm already ticking a bunch of stuff off my list. Like I don't know if there's gonna be anything else I'd want to do.
Wait, I told you, it's just life is like a video game. Like once you get all the achievements unlocked, you just uninstall a game, which in this case is killing yourself.
I don't think I'll ever reach the point where I want to kill myself though.
Dude, just go to the next game. You kill yourself and you go to heaven, you get reincarnated, whatever.
Play the game on hard mode.
Yeah.
Play it as like an Afghani orphan.
Yeah. Maybe you'll become a really good person all of a sudden once your list is like totally empty and you'll just become like a philanthropist.
Ah, there's too much. There's still a lot of shit left, like van life and like still want to do boat life, and circumnavigate the world.
But still, you're making enough money. You can retire like in your 30s. You can still easily finish. You can finish a lot of your stuff while you're still working.
That's true.
And then like all the difficult stuff is like mainly just van life and boat life, which you can still knock out in just a couple of years once you're done.
Van life, I think, could take a while, maybe 2 years.
But
But
even when you're doing that, it's not the only thing you're doing. Like you're still gonna have fun, even if you're spending like a lot of time building out your van
that's true.
and traveling. Like you're fucking around with other stuff too.
Boat life will be a long time. I think stop at a lot of countries.
Yeah.
I still want to learn a lot more languages too. That takes a while.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Look, I wrote a list up a while ago, but none of them are like intellectual really. I feel like they can all be finished pretty easily.
Mm. You don't have any intellectual wants?
I don't think so.
God damn.
It's mostly like it's pretty much just fun stuff I'd like to do, and I mean, I guess you could consider
Well, I guess
like
once you get old, you can probably do stuff with your kid, and you'll probably
yeah,
end up with a lot of new stuff that you want to do with the kid.
yeah,
So,
that's a good point.
okay, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's not game over that fast, man.
Oh, I want to try body sushi. That's on my list.
Oh. That has never been on my list.
Doesn't it? I don't know. That just seems like that's so kingly. Like sitting there eating sushi off of like a naked girl.
I didn't even like sushi. Maybe if it was like steak.
Yeah,
Body
body steak, body KBBQ.
just have hot coals on the model's stomach and grill right off the middle.
I can get into that.
God damn, but that would smell so bad. You just smell burning flesh.
Wait, burning flesh just smells like meat. I don't see why it would smell bad. Isn't human meat supposed to be like pork?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I think it's not that bad yet. I also think a lot of people. Do you think the majority of Americans are working multiple jobs? Like majority of Americans in their 20s?
Oh, definitely not.
Or do you think we're just seeing a subset? I kind of think we're just seeing a subset. Oh shit. Only 4.9% of workers held more than one job in 2017.
Damn.
Dude, that's fucking terrible. I was thinking at least like maybe 50%. Holy shit.
I mean, I mean, that's the thing about today. Like, poor people are lazy.
God damn, what the fuck?
Like, even though kids we went to college with are spoiled and shit, I'm sure they're probably way more hardworking than your average poor person.
What the fuck? The median wage was what, $19.33 an hour. Let's see what that translates to a year. 40 grand about. God damn. No wonder everyone's fucking sad. They're not making any money. People gotta start doing shit.
So online it says the average American works 44 hours per week.
What the fuck?
I bet that's like it's definitely a lot of people bring that up. I'm sure like probably people working in tech and then like tradies who are working a lot of hours on purpose
God
for
damn.
overtime.
Seems like I'm averaging like 60, I guess. So I'm basically busy all the weekends too, doing shit.
Well, yeah, dude. According to this, people in their early 20s are working less than people in their from 25 to 54.
Dude, what?
People 20 to 24 are only working 34.8 hours a week.
Dude, I don't understand what's happening to people. Like, where's everyone's time going? Basically, they're working less. They're making less money. They're
They're
not
not
doing
working
as
out.
much. There's not doing. Yeah, they're not working out.
They're
They're
not
not
dating.
doing. Yeah, they're not dating. They're not doing any fun stuff.
Dude, you had it watching Netflix, swiping on Tinder, but not actually meeting up with anyone. Looking on Instagram.
Dude, how long do you spend looking on Instagram and swiping on Tinder and Netflix?
You can for sure spend like all day on Netflix.
Just watching a TV show?
Yeah.
I don't think I could watch a TV show for 8 hours.
Like, I'm not saying you can, but people definitely can. I for sure done that when I was younger.
God damn. God damn. Maybe people actually are just retarded.
Dude, we might actually have to be like those weird parents that like don't let their kid have a TV or like
I
play
was
video
never
games
planning
or
on
anything.
having a TV or video
Really?
games. Yeah.
Damn.
I wanted to do a farm life too at one point, which is buy like your own farm or ranch and just have your kid like do everything from scratch. like grow their own food. If they don't grow it right, then the winter they starve.
They just don't eat.
Yeah, and then like they learn better for next year,
Yeah.
or they die, or they become really good hunters because they're fucking hungry.
What about island life?
Isn't that basically the same thing as farm life?
I feel like island life is even higher stakes.
What's island life?
You just have more limitations on resources.
Oh, and I guess, but I definitely want to do like, I think it's called homesteading, basically where you grow things for yourself and actually use it. I looked into it at one point because I thought about like, what if I just like moved into the middle of Washington and bought a ranch? They had some really fucking cheap land plots. I think they had like a 70K land plot that was like 12 acres or something. You probably like grow some food there.
Wait, have you heard of that Chinese YouTuber like Li Ziqi or something?
No.
She like I don't watch her. I haven't really watched much of her stuff, but it's all like she just like makes shit the traditional way. Like she'll like make shit out of bamboo, and she'll like cook stuff like that she grew herself and shit like that. I think I told you about her before.
Maybe. I
You
don't
should go have
remember.
kids with her. She's only 30. She's younger.
It's fine. I can buy a Harvard grad D1 athlete's egg. We can make it work in a black woman's surrogate's body.
Wait, how much is that? Have you looked into the prices for the egg?
Yeah, the egg's not that expensive. It's the surrogate that's the most expensive part.
Wait, how much is even the top tier eggs though? Like like an actual Harvard grad?
Yeah, I think at most it's like 30 grand compared to like a surrogate, which is like 90 grand or something.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah. And then you can have like a wet nurse, Indian wet nurse, or milk mother, as I call it. And then have a Russian nanny or an Arabic one. I think a Russian one would be good though. They're probably harder.
Wait, you could get you know Khabib, right? The MMA dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, get someone from his region. They're like they're Russian Muslims. That's probably like the hardest people on earth.
Damn. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. I thought about it. I think writing a book isn't a bad. It's on my list of things I want to get done. I kind of want to do that and become published, just so I can say I'm a published author.
Wait, that's kind of meaningless nowadays, though.
I guess so.
Like you can publish a book really easily.
I don't want to do that fake Amazon publishing shit though. I want to have like an actual publishing house read my
Oh,
book
okay,
and like
okay.
approve it and stuff.
Yeah, never mind. I guess there's still barriers to that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just none of those intellectual things interest me that much.
What's on your list?
Let me pull it up. Oh yeah, I want to try. I want to learn to hunt and butcher and stuff.
That's not bad. I want to
want
learn that at one point.
I want to try DMT or ayahuasca.
Boy, that's a semi-intellectual one.
Not really.
I think you can kind of count that.
I don't count that.
Hopefully, you don't come back as like a hippie.
Yeah. I want to try cocaine. I want to see a tornado. I want to get at least a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. I want to like own and ride a motorcycle. I want to get my skydiving license. I'm almost there for
Yeah,
that
you're
one.
almost there.
I want to learn to scuba. I want to ride a camel. I want to own a house. I want to try van life. Get a pilot's license. Fuck a brown girl. Candy flip.
I thought you already did. What is candy flip?
It's when you take acid and Molly at the same time.
What the fuck?
And then, oh yeah, the next one after that is I want to fuck while on Molly and Viagra. I want to hike Kilimanjaro, hike in the Himalayas. I want to eat a primate, like monkey or gorilla or human or something.
God damn.
I want to have a threesome. I want to dive with sharks, visit Africa, visit the Middle East, try anal, have kids, and eat body sushi.
Well, I'm surprised you've never done anal.
I mean, I haven't really had a real girlfriend. Like, it's kind of hard to try that with a hookup.
Yeah, if you go online, just on Reddit, just Google. If you on Google, if you look up Reddit bucket list and look at the first one, it's kind of sad.
I'm sure it's like skydiving, go to France,
Uh,
like
here's one: catch a tarpon. I don't know what that is. See the Northern Lights. Go to a zero light pollution zone. Skydives on there. Skydive.
wait, tarpon. Apparently, that's an extinct horse.
How are you gonna catch an extinct animal? God damn. Swim with sharks without a cage. Hand feed a shark. I don't know if
I
I'd be
think
down
that's
to.
pretty legit.
I don't know if I'd be down to hand feed a shark.
Oh, dude, have you heard about there's this city called like Harar or something. It's in it's somewhere in Ethiopia, and you can feed hyenas. Like they're wild, and they just come there, and you feed them meat out of your own mouth.
Out of your own mouth?
Yeah,
What the?
you hold a stick, and you put meat on the end, and you just hold it out to them, and they eat it.
What the fuck?
That's one thing that I honestly don't know if I'm down for.
I don't know if I'm interested.
I'm interested. I just don't know if I'm down.
I don't know what sense of how that would give you any sense of accomplishment.
It's not just about accomplishment. It's like just the adrenaline high, I guess.
I think for me it's accomplishment. Like some of the stuff we had in common, like ride a camel, but mine has an objective. It's like ride a camel across the Sahara. But although Sahara, I want to walk, so I think camel has to go somewhere else. I want to climb a pyramid, dude. Dude, you could learn Korean. You like Korea a lot. Might as well just go all the way, man.
Nah, I'd rather learn Russian or Chinese than Korean. I think Russian or Arabic would be at the top of my list to learn.
For what reason?
I just think they're like I've just had like I haven't had that much interaction with those cultures, and like I don't know. I feel like I know what China is about. I don't need to learn Chinese.
Dude, what did we even talk about this podcast? I don't even remember.
We started out with the whole motorcycle, or not motorcycle, but like
Make
making
everything
driving more
dangerous.
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. And then fat people.
Yeah.
I think it might be helpful if we have like a straight up topic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess should we call an end to this and stop recording soon?
Yeah. All right. We'll cut it off here.
All right. Bye,
New
everyone.
podcasts every week.